What is up, guys? Tonight I'm going to be giving you my review on WrestleMania 27. Actually just watched this. I watched it back when it first aired in 2011 and I thought it fucking sucked. I thought it was one of the worst WrestleManias I ever seen. And after I bought this because I have all of them and just have complete the collection, but honestly this is still one of the worst WrestleManias you will ever watch. Like, no shit. There's still some good matches on here, but starting with the first one here, you have Edge versus Alberto Del Rio. Pretty good match, honestly. A good way to open up the night. I thought it was kind of weird that they would open up with the World Heavyweight title, but after the next night you find out Edge was hurt and he was retiring. So it was a smart move on their part to put that first. But still, the match was actually pretty good. I'd give this match probably a 3.5 stars, I guess. For what it was, and I mean it ended pretty good. But yeah, Edge's last match. Next you have some bullshit with Snoop Dogg, bullshit backstage stuff, and then you have an 8-man tag match with Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino versus the Core, which was Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel. It's like a minute match. It shouldn't even count. This shouldn't even be at WrestleMania. This is bullshit. And then you have Rock backstage talking with Eve, and this was probably the highlight of the night. After they do this, this little comedy sketch, he turns around and Stone Cold's behind him, and that's like the highlight, just seeing them two, together one last time. And that was just honestly, that was the best part of this whole fucking pay-per-view. Next you have Randy Orton versus CM Punk. This was another really good match. Pretty good story build up to it. This match could have been better though. I mean, it was a good match, but honestly it could have been better, I believe. But and honestly the wrong guy won. Randy Orton, he got the better of all the new Nexus. He kicked their asses weeks to come, and then he finally got down to CM Punk, which was at WrestleMania, and then he defeated him. That was bullshit. The wrong guy won. Good match though, great ending. I love the RKO. I really did like that. Just out of nowhere. Which anymore, that's about how you expect an RKO. It has to come out of nowhere. He don't just jump up and do it. But overall, that's a really good match. Then you have more shit with The Rock, and then you see the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2011. Next you have probably one of the worst matches at WrestleMania, Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole, with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee. This match was garbage. You could hear boring chants throughout the whole fucking thing. Just absolutely terrible. And the fact that this was even at a WrestleMania, what the fuck? I mean, who wants to see two... I mean, Jerry the King Lawler, you gotta give him respect, but I mean, honestly, do we want to see him against Michael Cole? They couldn't give him a, an actual opponent. They couldn't have built him up with somebody, some legit, young talent. They couldn't have built him up and have Jerry the King Lawler to go over on somebody, or even like let a new guy beat him. I don't know. This match was garbage, fucking garbage. Actually, well, I guess I will say the only highlight of this match was at the end when Stone Cold was stunning everybody. That was about it. He stunned Booker T, and I think he stunned somebody else. I can't really remember. Then we get to the best match on the card, which was Undertaker versus Triple H. Now, the one thing I will say about this, because before the match you have Jerry the King Lawler, or I'm sorry, you have Jim Ross coming out to call the action with the King. Oh, and I forgot to mention who won, because that match don't matter, but Michael Cole got a win on Jerry the King Lawler, which was bullshit. But either way, he doesn't come back. But then you have JR coming out, so they're calling the action, and that's an awesome thing, but at the same time it just didn't click. I guess it's just where it's been a while and JR hasn't called any action, but just the whole commentating just felt out of place in this, because it was just very quiet. They didn't really talk a whole lot. And just throughout most of the match, it was just, even the crowd, I mean, this was just, the match was good, but the crowd was dead, and there was no commentating hardly throughout the whole match. And even when JR spoke and he tried to, like, the high spots in the match, he didn't do that classic JR. I guess it's just where, he kind kind of strained himself when he done it, but still, just the same. The match was good. There's a lot of high spots in this match. You have where Triple H gets thrown off the announce table onto his back. That was that looked like that hurt like shit. And then you have Undertaker going through an announce table, that Spanish announce table. Yeah, there's a bunch of good, and then a bunch of fucking chair shots that Undertaker took. That was a lot of chair shots. I guess the only complaint I have about this was the ending, and throughout, I guess it was a good like 5 or 10 minutes where he's beating the shit out of Undertaker and they're just laying there. You know, I mean it told a story, which was good, but I mean at the same time, when you're it's okay, you need to hurry up and do something. But you know, the match was still good. It was still a really good match. So that was a highlight of the night, but I just did not like the ending. The ending, I mean, I can understand he had to tap out and everything, but I don't know, just whenever he tapped out, the crowd didn't really do anything. You know, I mean, it was too late. Like he was in the submission hold way too long, and then finally when he tapped, people didn't expect it. And Triple H has done that before at WrestleMania 22. He did that with John Cena. He was in it way too long, and then finally he tapped out. But at least the commentating at that point it's still keeping you interested at WrestleMania 22. Here, I mean, it was like they didn't even speak. So, but like I said, you can understand from Jim Ross not doing it in a while. But really good match nonetheless. And then you have John Morrison, Trish Stratus, and Snooki versus Dolph Ziggler, Lay Cool. Yeah, okay, Lay Cool. This was another just filler match. Snooki gets one or two moves in. The crowd's booing her like they should be, because fuck Snooki. And most of this match was Trish Stratus, and shows that she can still do it. And then you have the main event, which was The Miz and John Cena, which was a garbage match. This was just fucking terrible. This was a terrible fucking match. Fucking hated this. The best part of this was their promos for both guys, showing where they, you know, how they grew up loving wrestling. I like the Miz's promo. I like John Cena's, mostly because I like the song that they used. Well, it was like the prayer from, I think it was DMX. I really liked that, but either way, the match itself, it just sucked. The crowd was not really into it, which the crowd wasn't really much into anything at this WrestleMania, which how could they be with this card? But I don't know, this, and then it ends up being a double count out at the end, and then The Rock comes out and says that WrestleMania is not going to end this way, so he makes it no DQ, no count outs, blah blah blah. And then they get back in the ring. John Cena's about to do an AA on The Miz. He counters it. He turns around. The Rock bottoms him. Miz gets the win. And I've never been a Miz fan. I didn't give a fuck about this match before. I mean, even when they were building this match up, I hate The Miz. I never did like The Miz, and I fucking hate John Cena. So fuck him too. But yeah, this whole, I mean, if you just look at the card, it's just a garbage WrestleMania. I mean, like I said, like the Rey Mysterio Cody Rhodes match was pretty good, and the Randy Orton CM Punk match was good, and then the Undertaker Triple H. You have 3 matches that were good, but I mean, honestly, the Rey Mysterio Cody Rhodes match, it just didn't feel like a match that should have been at WrestleMania. Randy Orton CM Punk could have been better, but. And then the Undertaker Triple H with all the out of place like commentary, and just the crowd just didn't really help that much either. But overall, I would rate this probably a 2 a 2 out of 10. One of the worst WrestleManias ever. People can give shit about WrestleMania 9. At least that was entertaining. At least you had Jim Ross and Macho Man and Bobby the Brain Heenan doing commentary. Even if you didn't like the matches, they at least delivered. I mean, they were still good matches overall. So that was my review on WrestleMania 27, one of the worst ever. If you guys are interested in any more reviews, let me know. I may do all the WrestleManias, who knows, even other pay-per-views, other DVDs that I have. And if you guys, I'll take requests. If you guys will request them, I can't fucking speak. If you guys will request them, I will do them. So I'll see you guys next time.